My second born was murdered at the age of 22. He was on his way to the store for his son to go get some milk. He went towards the corner of Green and Patchen, and a guy came out with a gun. He tried to get away from the gunman, and the gunman shot one time and went through his heart and pierced his lung. It's just not scientifically correct for a mother or father to have to bury their child. It's normally a child having to bury the parent. It's a heart-wrenching thing. I never in my life thought I'd have to go through that, having to go pick out a casket. I shut down. I made sure my kids were fine, but I shut down after, at a certain point. My life changed after he was murdered. Nothing will ever be the same for me. Gun violence affects us a lot of different ways, and unfortunately, it didn't only just affect me, it affected my children, because each one of my children had a different, relationship with each other. So it's like, he's not here anymore, or this is my big brother. Like my daughter, she's the youngest, so she had 3 elder brothers. So it's like, okay, now the one that was here all the time, I'm used to seeing him, he's no longer here. How do I survive now? At the end of the day, it's like, okay, you go to the store, you think you're gonna make it to the store and come back, and you don't make it to the store. You don't even make it off the block. You can't even socialize anymore. Where can you go? You're not safe at home, you're not safe out there, so it's like, you feel like you have to build a box. When this happened to my son, I had nobody around me to help me. It was just me and my children and my siblings. It gets kind of hard, as far as being a parent. Some parents shut down. Some parents, they're in denial. Because I was in denial for a while. I just thought at any given moment he was going to come inside the house. And we was going to be fine. But that didn't happen. Prior to my son being murdered, I was a part of Big Brothers and Big Sisters mentorship program. I dealt with some who feel like they can trust or speak to their family and friends. So they, felt sometimes better speaking to a stranger. A lot of times, people who have been through this trauma, they need somebody to vent to. They need somebody to cry on their shoulder, just talk, just get it off their chest, which it can happen 1,000 times. Like what I do now, my phone always on. 24 hours, 7 days a week. You have to have a caring ear too. You have to be sensitive. Not that they want you to be like, okay, it's gonna be okay, because it's not gonna be okay. Because that child or that loved one is never gonna come back. You just have to pretty much have a listening ear. The impact on gun violence affects not only the family, the mother, the father, the siblings, it affects the community. It affects the friends, associates. It affects everybody. And I think that we really need to do something about it, because I have 7 grandchildren, 4 grandsons, 3 granddaughters. I want them to live. I want them to survive. I want them to know that there's more to life than having to run from a gun. I don't want them to feel like they can't go anywhere. Sharing my story lets other people know that gun violence is serious. It needs to be dealt with. I don't think we have to ban guns. I think we have to ban the people that are getting the guns doing the wrong things with them. What I'm learning too is some of these guns that actually come into the communities outside of being given back by certain authorities. I'm learning that, God forbid somebody passes on in a family, just say they had 5 guns. Those guns go pass down to somebody else in the family. They're not being turned in. And then after a while, these people sell them. So what happens? Those guns come back into the street and they get into the wrong hands. And then what happens? People die. If we fail to address this issue, we're gonna lose a lot more people, It's gonna get 10 times worse. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you come from. Everybody's a victim. Everybody's a victim. I hope that what I do and some of the other parents or advocates that are out here really doing the work, I hope that if we can save at least one life, I feel like I've done something. I have hope. I have hope. This world will change and we can save lives and people will stop shooting and killing other people for no reason. I hope one day I can reach 90 and see my grandchildren, grown and have their own families and stuff, because that's what life's supposed to be, We're supposed to be able to be happy. Family. I love my family.